I love how both these cards kind of flew out just recently this morning. I only had meant to pick one card, but then these two flew out. And I really feel like we are in this space. It's July 1st, by the way. So, with everything that's happening, planetary alignments, and in the solar weather and our space weather, and I guess astrology and stuff like that, to me, this is perfect because it is the closing out of cycles. But at the same time, it's just going in that loop, right? So it's the constant of beginnings and endings, and it's not like endings as like complete end. I do feel in some cases it is like there's things that had started, and I don't just feel like it was the beginning of this year. It's been at least the last 4 to 5 years, I've just been told. So in that time range, there's things that right now are coming to like a closing. So it's not exactly, for some will be an ending, but for some I feel like it's a closing. So it could be, moving, for example, right? Like you sold your house now, so now you're moving. Businesses, it could be, you started in one space, but now your business has grown so much that now you're closing out that location and moving to another location, right? And it could be too, right? It could be, maybe even now planning a wedding. So you were dating and now married. So that is the closing out of one cycle to start a new, having children, stuff like that. So like, I feel it's seeds that have been planted and now it's closing out. And again, like I said, it could also be ending. So of course it could be the ending of one career and starting a new career. It could be the ending of marriages, of friendships. It could be even still with moving, right? It could be, not just in the same city or province for me, right? It could be you moving to a whole nother province or a whole nother country, right? But this is an amazing time because right now it's asking us to allow things to flow, that this is the cycle right now and that we're kind of going back and forth, and it feels like you're kind of going back and forth, but it's just that these are the times of cycles right now. And we're going to be noticing that a lot where there's, beginnings, but it's not ever really endings. It's, how do I explain it? So it's not exactly, so how a circle never really has an end, right? So it's the next piece. So it's kind of like my ring, right? So it's the spiral. So the spiral, in a way, it still always connects, right? Like they're always still part of the same circle, but you're kind of like an elevator or, you know what I mean? So it's like kind of going like those circles, flights of the circle steps like people have, like they have at home in their home sometimes. So it's still part of the same circle, but you're looking at it from a bird's eye view. So you're seeing it go up as steps, and that is what's happening here. So it's the next piece in that circle, which is your life, right? And now if you look at it from the bird's eye view, like I was saying, you can see that the circle never really ends. It's just another marker, another piece in that puzzle that is your life. And it could feel like endings, but sometimes it's not really an ending. It's just a closing out so that the next step can take its place. Surrounding you all in love. Till next time.